sometimes you just gotta pull everything as far as gear out, and I develop and like apparently gather up trash as I do tree work. So at every tree I do, it's like a little more trash. Yeah. So this bag is a little more. So this bag is pretty cool. This is Greg sent me this a long time ago, and it's just a really clean, nice setup of a bag. You can hang all your beaners. And I like it when it's set up like that because it's aggravating to be chasing a carabiner around when you're asking for one. I'll put the rest on the other side. But how is everybody? What's everybody been up to? I see Brandon. What's going on, brother? Billy, what's up, bud? Recovering from the hurricane. Oh, is everybody good? Dano, what's up? Chris, what's going on? Working all week, huh? Wow. Yeah, it is just chill here. Not a whole lot, Brandon. Just chilling. Needed to go through everything pretty bad anyway, so I'm glad I finally just took the time. What's really cool is this bag has like these pouches that I can put the like prussics and stuff in, or throw balls. So there's like 2 pouches there, an open compartment, then it flips. There's 2 more pouches on the outside. Like I'll put my hook, and then maybe the 2 like weighted bags that I use. And then I throw, like I have like shackles and stuff on this back side. Stuff I don't use a whole lot, like this rigging hub, bear paw, couple tethers. I don't use anything on a tether if it's not on Greg's tether anymore. That's just what I got used to. It's what I like now. So it's like I hate to use any other kind of tether because I feel like it's inferior. So I about got this side filled up. I'm gonna put a couple more of these prussics in here. I can put it on the other side. So yeah, not a whole lot going on this week for me, just chilling. My daughter came home for a break from college, so hanging out with her for a little bit. That's probably good on that side. So everything I showed you there, it has the exact same thing on the other side. Yeah. So you know what that is. It's 10 times more loops than I actually need, but it'll work. I'll get a tad bit of this in here, and then we'll get to live feeding. Quickie link. Bottom. That I don't use much, if at all. Back pouch. Prussics in the back. I really liked. Everyone loved the Beeline from Tuffelberger, and I ended up finally buying one. And it seems like it would be really good, but I just bought. I didn't really know prustics at the time, and I thought they all were just gonna be long enough, and it was just it's too short. Only thing I can use a distal on it, and it seems like it works pretty good. But anything else, it's just too short. I can't use enough wraps. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it seems like a good rope. If I just would have not been an idiot and bought the right size, I wouldn't have an issue at all with it. But even the smartest people in the world, like myself, make mistakes sometimes. Hope people read sarcasm. I don't feel like enough people understand sarcasm these days. I feel like that's going to be a major topic of this live feed, because I just don't. I mean, if it's not prank phone calls, it's just hurt people that are angry with things that I said. Then I feel like I go about things about as nice as you possibly can with anybody, but I still feel like I may have disappointed maybe a few people with the way I responded, which I don't understand, but we'll get into it fully. I did it. Ah, shit. One more. Yeah, so then I got my straps on that. There's where I keep my normal throw ball, the one I use nonstop, so I can just grab it real quick, hook it onto the throw ball string. I also got, Greg made me this too a long time ago and sent it to me. Check this out. So, cool little tool you can snap to your and have with you. If you can, Greg could make it. He's that kind of guy. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Let's see. Like that wrench setup. Yeah, it's super nice, especially with Greg's. What's up, James? How are you, brother? Oh, with Greg's tether, it's so nice. We're supposed to. Same old, right on. Well, as long as the same old's not bad, that's good. So this week, you got the same setup on yours, Billy? Awesome. Later flooded, dang. Ground pound out was crazy. You guys are awesome. It was like on it, and I feel like the FBI would have had trouble keeping up. So it was like, just geez, ground pounder is locked in. I appreciate you for that one, brother. That was wild. Was that a Chinese big boy wrench? It was. It was. See, yes. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, that's what it was. SMC. Let's do what he was up to. What did I end up getting for him? Oh shoot, I have a page. Jesus. I think he like uploaded nonstop after we finished last time. He was actually uploading while we were maybe doing the live. Friday must be his day. He just dumps them out on Friday, so Yeah, so what's he been up to? He's like still he's pushing he's pushing boat oil for mix, marine grade 2 cycle. I mean, I couldn't say that I can't say you can't use that. I mean, I think you can, but it's I would. You just have to. I'd have to have somebody that I really respect that I know has some time on that and using that and like has enough skin in the game for it to truly matter. And then I would be like, oh, cool, yeah, you can do that. But I've never been to a chainsaw shop or something, and they'd be like, hey, you should use um, some marine grade mix because it's better or it's just as good. No, they're like, hey, if you use this mix, we'll give you an additional year and a half warranty. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really understand that. Tree homies for life. You're the man, ground. It's all about trees and Trump. Let's go, America. Let's get it. Don't shoot. But yeah, don't forget about P. Diddy. P. Diddy boat oil. Yeah. Yeah. I bet, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had. I feel like he may have had a thing for oil almost as much as Steve does. He loves. Oh, I said, yeah, let's just say Steve. I think that may be his name. Um, so he just loves oil, but I can't really truly say anything negative about him because like he started the channel and blew past me. So whatever it is he's doing, I need to start selling Chinese chainsaws and stuff and giving you a view from between my legs as I do things and like he's wild. So but I enjoy seeing it. At first, the problem was that I took some of the stuff he was doing personal, and I felt like he was going to affect the chainsaw kind of group of people and get people thinking wrong things. But then I was like, I finally had to come to a realization like, yeah, I can't, I'm not looking to like have, he should do his own thing. Like what he's doing is not hurting anybody, but it's funny. It is very funny, so I like it. Mm, marine grade is for water cooled engines. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but that's why I wouldn't use it. But I love all I think. Right on, BR. I know normally a typical YouTuber right now would tell you, don't, guys, don't be getting political in the comments. So you can say whatever you want. I mean, because every live feed I do, somebody jumps in out of somewhere, and it's like, I mean, they like bombed my channel basically with uh, saying vote for Kamala, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know what time. At some point, they will flood in here and they'll do the same. Well, no, it won't be the same. They'll be just crazy about it. So, what up, John Bob? Dang it! Also has to make sure the camera is always pointed at his nuts too. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Giving you a view from between my legs as I do things. He's different, man. He's different. His hatred for Trump is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. But I feel that way with anybody that has that kind of hatred for him. Unless you've met him, he's somehow crossed paths with you in some way and he's affected your life. I don't get how you could have that much hatred for anybody that you've never physically come in contact with or has never physically wronged you or anything like that. It's just wild to me. You know, your opinion is your opinion, and I think anybody has, you know, they can have their own opinion. You don't have to have the same as the next person. So I don't know. It's always a high tempered conversation, no matter when and where you have it. So I know, BR. Life, like, I'm never going to get on here and be like, things are tough. But just don't get it twisted. Like, I ain't running no smooth operation. Things are rough. It just is what it is. And we keep pushing and hope that things get a little better. It would be nice. But if they don't get better, I'm going to figure out how to make this work. So it's like, that's life. I come, I would love to say that, yeah, everything will be fair always, and the right person will get the right job and stuff like that. That's not always the case. Sometimes things are rigged, you know, and sometimes things are forced to go in one direction or the other, and your opinion about it doesn't always matter. So it's like you gotta be ready to adjust and keep pushing. So, but yeah, you gotta get out there and, like BR was saying, get to them holes. If you think your opinion is gonna make a difference, for sure. Yeah, Dano, it's a tough one. You gotta grind nonstop. If you're not grinding nonstop, you're it's almost, life turns into what do they call that? Where you're just bobbing above water. You just it's like you're you're wading water. That you're out in the middle of an ocean and it's flat calm. You don't got to deal with no waves or nothing, but eventually you just get tired and you can't move your arms no more, and you need a breath, and it just feels like that's what's always going on. I'm just tired of working so hard and struggling anymore. I feel you, brother. Must be talking about Unstoppable Steve the tournament. Yeah, and that guy ended up showing up, and he brought his barbecue sauce, and everything got really weird. But I think that situation's good. Yeah, Br, just you gotta just really focus about those ones around you, and and help anyone you can from beyond that. Do that, but like you gotta just pull your focus on them ones around you and pray and do good and just hope that the things work out, man. And they will. They will. You guys are awesome. Treading water. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Finally, I caught up on comments. I don't have to sit there looking at the camera like an idiot. 50 hours a week as a HVAC service tech and tree work on the side. Damn, brother. Yeah, Chris, you're just get it, brother. Do what you're doing. So he's really pushing. Oh, Steve's really pushing his boat oil. And what did he say? Oh, this is funny. He says he made a video. He says you all need to get it through your thick skulls that you don't know everything, and that he's giving you some knowledge that you need. And I'm like, dang, man, you're never going to get your point across with these people. And I just don't know how he can tell me what the long term effects of those oils are because he just. This here's what he's not got going for him. He posts everything on the internet, so it's documented, so you just go back and look. And he just started talking about different kinds of oils a few months back. He got obsessed with different kinds of oils. I think mainly because probably one time he couldn't get a certain kind of oil mix that he needed, he thought he needed, but then he found out there was other kinds, and then he's just kind of a cheapskate at heart. So he's always trying to convince people that the cheapest brand is the best brand, which I don't know. I don't know. And then if you said, it's a right turn, he's going to say it's a left turn because I feel like it's a starving child wanting attention. I don't really understand this weird. He's got to try to do things different for the sake of doing things different. So I don't know. He's different. He's different. Yeah. Um yeah, all I have wrote down is like he said, get these thick skulls, you guys don't know everything. But this ding dong does. Uh he's just funny. He uh he doesn't use saws in the field. He starts them in a dark shed while holding hands with Jawa. So it's like you can't. Maybe you're not holding hands, but your legs are interlocked. And here's my problem with it: no one wants their face shown on camera. Even your guy who's supposed to be your partner, he does not want his face shown on camera. That's either for the sake of embarrassment that you bring him or shame of the things he's doing. There's no other reason. Like, it's not like you're going to become world famous by being the guy that tinkers with his chainsaws. But he does not want to be shown on camera. And he's made that very clear. These guys that come buy the chainsaws and stuff that he says are professionals and want to do all this, none of them want to be on camera. So it's like, I want to see some guy come back and straight say, or there be a video come out of a guy saying, I bought one from Metal and Wood, and it's a year later, it's still running really good. He takes care. That's the only way you can. That I'm for sure going to believe that you have something of quality, and that guy shows that, hey, I'm putting it through the ringer. So I don't know. Reason wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but I'm not. I think there's different ways to do all of it, and he it just I don't know. Poor guy's elevator doesn't go to the top floor. Yeah, maybe not, Dano. Maybe that's what it is. I went squirrel hunting today. That's awesome. I haven't been squirrel hunting in so long. That's cool, Dan. That's real cool. You're funny, Billy. Like it's stuck between floors, probably. There's no cable on it. You guys, it just keeps going. Uh, that's hilarious. So he puts out another video that says, "I'm not the stupid idiot that you think I am," and he keeps calling us. He's like he keeps like wanting people to call him a dorky idiot or a stupid idiot. He's like, but you can't say my chainsaws are bad. But you can call him a dorky idiot, and he will randomly admit that he doesn't know much about chainsaws. But then out of the other corner of his mouth, he's like, "I'm an expert," and it's like, hold up, man, chill. You can't do it both ways. What's a good step up from an MS 391? Hmm, Kenneth, I would say like a. I haven't tried the 400, but the 500's a really good saw. The 500i, or I mean, hmm, there's the 460. That's the next step, really. Um, 460, 660, the 500, and there is the 400C that I haven't actually tried that saw, so I don't really know a whole bunch about it, Kenneth. But I would think it's probably a pretty good saw. But it may not be the step up that you're looking for. I think it's probably going to be maybe similar in that range. So I would go if you're looking for a good step up, 460, and then or 462, whatever. If you can find an old 044 or 440, I would say that. But those are like unicorns nowadays. What's up, Dan K? How are you, brother? I'm not climbing stairs. I've not ran to 400. I'd consider the 462. Yeah, I think I would recommend the 660 would be the step up because I feel like that's going to put you in that log saw range and you can start to use much bigger bars if you needed. And it's going to give you plenty of step up in power. And so I would say if the option is there to go 660, I would say go 660 or 661 or 2. I don't even know. Or go 500i. I think you can run a 36 if you want to on it, and it will self adjust, which is nice. And they just seem to be great saws from what I've been seeing, what everybody's been showing. I got a cricket in here. I knew I heard him one night. Get out of here, Homer. Oh, yeah. Oh. Something that would take a bigger bar, bigger trees. I would say 660, Kenneth. That's what I would go with. I love my 500i. My 460 is a damn good saw. Has a lot of miles on. Zero problems. My 066 is damn beast. Yeah, yeah. I love the old like my. I can't remember if mine's an 066 or if it's 660. I know it's a Magnum. That's all I know. But then I painted it, so I don't remember what it was. It was a saw that didn't work, and I bought it, and I got it to work, and I actually ended up putting. I broke the lug out of the case, and I thought my saw was ruined. I was so bummed. Um, I think Dave at the time may have. I told him to do something, and he maybe tightened the down too much or went the wrong way, and he ended up breaking the lug out inside the case. And I thought my saw was ruined. But as soon as I like hollered at my dad, I'm like, dude, I don't even know what to do. Kind of bummed on this, and he's like, put a helicoil in it. And I'm like, what? I tried that, and then I bought a new lug, and been running ever since. Knock on real wood. I don't even know if these tables are wood or not. Yeah, I feel like the 440. My 660 reminds me. I have a or my 362 reminds me of how my dad's old 044 was. I'm digging the 400s. 3 foot bar equals 395 XP for me. Skunk Works 395. Just built an 044 046 hybrid. My, oh, that is so awesome. COVID crutch. That's funny. Yeah, that he's right. Brandon's right. Ken, you need a a an 038 or a 380 Noker or now he's got. You guys see? I can't like I could sell these like this saw right here for like over $1,000 right now, and now he has them. You can buy them from him. So now he has 200s. So all you guys that have been wanting a 200, Steve's got them. Go get them. He said it 3 times. I summoned the. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. All of a sudden, my screen comes up and it's a shot from between his legs looking up at his nostrils. Ground pounder, what the hell? You're crazy. My bucket saw 395 has like 14 helicoils in it. Dang, right on. That's awesome. I deny any involvement. No, you're gonna get in the lawsuit. Gonna raffle a 395 at Paul Bunyan. That's awesome. I think I just seen Guilty of Treason is raffling off 500. Oh, I finally caught my comment section up. Now I can stop having to poke at it with my thumb. Oh, it's a funny face. He's trying to pull the real saw. That was funny, wasn't it? Him trying to start that dang saw was so funny. He looked like he looked like he was about. You would just hear a every once in a while. He was so grunted up and holding his breath, trying to get it go dead center over top. And he's funny, man. He's funny. I think he knows he's kind of funny too, as long as he's not too serious with himself. Like, and I don't know if he is. I he puzzles me because at times I think he has that sense of humor. He could take razzing and he would be okay with it and be funny, and almost like a guy I would hang around and he wouldn't bother me. I'd get a kick out of him. Like I would enjoy it, but then he does the lawsuit thing, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's weird. Why you do that? Like, if it wasn't for that, I would probably think he's just funny, and I would like to hang around him. But I don't know. I feel like He's one of them people that I have trouble reading. It looked like he was going to do. Yeah, and he's so like when you start to watch it, that's what's funny. Like I think people think I'm a weirdo where I'm sitting here talking about a reach around handle and him with the reach around this and that. But then you go watch it and you're like, holy cow, that all happened. Like I don't just randomly make stuff. Well, hang on, no, yes I do. I do make stuff up and lie sometimes for the sake of being stupid. But it's all in good fun. Like, yeah, no. You shouldn't ever let a little lie ruin a good story. So, it needs a decomp. But yeah, I know he's like, oh, they must have plugged it. And as he's holding it upside down, it's like pissing gas out because the cap is old and the seal's probably bad on it. So it's like, or so I bet you, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's an old 030 uh, 38 AV, which I think I have two of the cases, like two of them up here. So that's the first thing I did is I went and looked. What up, man?
Hi.
To see if it had a decomp button, and it does not. I'm pretty sure that's an old 038, but the badge is totally wore off. You leaving? All right. I love you.
Love you.
You
I'll
gonna
see
come
you.
see us tomorrow?
Yeah, because I got to drop off Mom's nail polish.
Okay. Well, be careful tonight.
I'm going to go hang out at Huddle House with Andrew.
Oh, cool.
And Co, I guess.
Right on. All right. Well, have fun.
I will. Toodles.
You got money? My wallet's in there. Just get a 20 out of it.
Okay. I love you.
Love you. Yeah, he says they must have plugged it. No, that thing didn't have a decomp. And the AV was when they were finally starting to mess with the anti-vibration in them to keep them from rattling you to death. So I think some people think that AV means more than it actually does. It's just simply a better time using the saw than it used to be. It would rattle you to death back in the day when you would run some of them old saws. So that's why it blows my mind when I see Buck and he just handles them like it ain't nothing. So you gotta respect the hell out of that. With extra holes drilled in it. Yeah, I don't even know sometimes what's going on with him, but that's the part that when I see somebody do that kind of stuff, it just rubs me the wrong way. When I can see, or they've made it clear that they don't know something, but then out of the blue, they will randomly pretend like they do because they've seen maybe a video within that time or something, and they start acting like they know, they're like, they made it up. And it's like, get out of here. You're just, I don't know. It's weird. You just got one? That's awesome, dude. Ground Pounder is 100% correct with his statement. Needs a carb? Dang. Want to see him start an 880 with a yeah, no, that's not happening. I feel like, and I don't believe what he did. He's instantly, that's the things that rub me wrong. He instantly was like, maybe the guy sold me a saw that didn't run. Yeah, I bet you. Yep. Yeah. Oh, and then he's thinking in his head because he knows he's telling a lie at that time. He's thinking in his head, well, that makes me look like an idiot if I bought a saw and I didn't try to run it. But he's like, I gotta go with it. I should have tried to start it. So he like calls himself out. I don't believe that you went and bought this saw and made the title of the video say "Good Running 038," and then when tried to start it and it didn't start, you still uploaded it as that. That's the like. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this melon, but that's where I think he's hilarious, and I'm like, I would hang out with that guy. I think he'd be funny. If he lived in my town, I would go hang out with him. Just randomly swing by to talk to him every once in a while. Dick Hacker must shot view too. Yeah, that's you have to. It won't go top dead over center if you don't have it recording from between your thighs. Yeah, I've been waiting for him to try to start a saw with the blade between his legs. Like he seems like that type of guy that would get wild. But if you've ever seen that meme, it's hilarious. I've had it sent to me so many times over the years. I commented on a video and he said you have no clue what you are doing, and he deleted it. Yeah, yeah, that's what he does, Brandon. What he does is he hides your comment because he's that kind of dirty. If someone says something that's just so crazy that I need to delete it, I'm gonna delete that comment. But he's still trying to get your money. So what he does is he clicks on hide comment, and no one will ever see your comment. He'll still get the credit for that comment being there, but no one can see your comment. And you can see it if you go back and check, or maybe he's just starting to delete them. But that's what he did to me. He wanted to keep me as a subscriber and a viewer and a commenter, but he would just go hide person's comments, and like he just makes it so no matter when I like write a comment, it's just hidden. And if I go look, it's like it says that it's there number wise, but it's not there. And I'm like, oh, you did me dirty. You're just, you're just high. Okay, but that's his prerogative. He can do that if he wants. I think if he would take some of the criticism, it would be good. And because I think a lot of times those people leaving them comments, sometimes it's real. Like it's just the honest truth. Sometimes you don't want to hear the truth. Sometimes the truth sucks, but it is the truth. I mean, I just felt like I was just in a situation like that to where I left a comment and I showed you guys. I put in the community page where I left a comment and it made a guy upset. Well, I am a little guilty of maybe being a little quick to call him out, but that's only because the only other time I've left a comment for the guy, he came off like back towards me like I was trying to offend him and say he can't climb and all kinds of stuff when I just asked him what about the tree makes it too dead to climb. And then I referred that I just did a live feed talking about this, so I'm curious. And I think I pointed out like the leaves had been there they haven't been there for multiple years, so there's what I was a little cocky, but that's only because the only other time I left a comment, he's like, I don't need to watch your videos. I've been climbing for 17 years. No, thank you. I'm good. And I wasn't trying to get him to watch my video. I was just letting him know I'm not trying to call you out or say you're wrong. I made a video like this and I'm curious what about the tree makes you think it's dead? And he just like popped off about it. And I'm like, okay. took offense to it. So then he randomly came into my comment section around the time I got that prank phone call and left his upset comment with me where he was calling me out after he seen that I had called myself out, which I don't know. I feel like I should do a line by line little discussion and break down his comment and let me explain because I feel like I may have disappointed maybe some of you with the way I responded because I'm not a guy that goes around like just leaving negative comments, but that's what he labeled me as a guy who just shows up on his page nonstop and leaves negative comments on all of his content. And that's absolutely not the truth. I think I've left one or two comments, and every time it's always been we've been a little. If you tell me like you mistake that I was trying to get you to go watch my video, so you took offense to it, and then felt the need to tell me you don't need to watch videos because you got 17 years climbing, and I'm like, oh shoot, dang, I must have worded that wrong. My bad. And on all those, I did go back and say, hey, my bad, dude. That was not what I was trying to do. But it doesn't change the fact now I feel like you've been kind of rude. I've done nothing. Oh, is Bob leaving? Hey, thanks for hanging out, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, you have a good weekend too, John. You talking about JLM, Mike? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I am. I did multiple live feeds where I said, go check his channel out. Like, I thought I would like him. But, like, anytime I left a comment, he just, I don't know. If you're not like, dude, you're a badass, this, that. I just talked to him like he's another country boy. I thought I could. And I should have been a little more like I don't know, nice or foo-foo about it. Like I don't really understand how I could have done it wrong, um, or why what I said was wrong. Some people can't handle criticism. Yeah, Billy, he deleted my comment on his latest video where he said I didn't need to rig those two tops for the hickory and repel them. Are you serious, Billy? Or Brandon? He did it. Okay. Kind of little trees. I'm not saying. Okay, maybe I pointed that out, and that's what. Let's do this. This is what I want to do. So I'm gonna break down. First of all, I'm gonna give you backstory, and this will be the last time I speak on this subject at all. But I do want, before I do this, I want it to be absolutely crystal clear that I promoted his channel. I told people to go subscribe to his channel. I liked him. I pushed him. I followed him. I did everything he asked. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I didn't share his videos, but I did share on my stuff and told people to go watch them. There's some of them live feeds I think it did close to 3,000 views where I'm being like, go watch, go check out JLM. And I don't really, it aggravates me because I think he thinks I'm well, he does. Let's see. This is what he put. Randomly out of the blue, right after I get this prank phone call from wherever, he leaves a comment. Been cutting trees 25 years and you cut your rope on the first limb? He does a weird little girl emoji that does this. And we're going to go, like I said, detailed. I'm going to tell you his whole comment first. How long you been climbing? Question mark. Oh, hang on. Let's I'm gonna give you his whole comment, then we'll break it down line by line. He says, been cutting trees 25 years and you cut your rope on the first limb? Exclamation point. I don't understand all this like insanely quoted exclamation points and emojis. And so, how long you been climbing? Well, that's his second question. He should refer back up to his first question or comment where he says, "Been cutting trees 25 years and you cut your rope on the first limb? How long you been climbing?" I don't know if he blanked out or had a skip or a stutter for a second. Sometimes he does look a little blank behind the eyes, but I'm not, hey, I'm not saying nothing. Okay, so then actually climbing, question mark, question mark, question mark, not cutting firewood. Okay, I don't even know what to say about that. So he says, I figured I would he says, I figured I would give you some heat back since you always want to troll my channel and leave negative comments on all my content. It's cool though, bro. Emoji, smiley face. Have a good time rigging from your carabiniers. Carabiniers. So, first of all, that damn cricket's back. What are you doing, dude? First of all, you don't know. That's not how you spell carabiners. So don't do that no more. Spell it right. I did respond, and I realized I had upset him. So my comment that he was mad about, I'll give you all that stuff later. But my comment back to him, where did I put that? Oh, okay. Okay. I think my response back, I don't know if I even wrote that down, but my response back was like, I like answered him. I was like, I've only been cutting for like a year, but I've watched all the YouTube videos, so I'm basically the best in the world, and yada yada yada. And so I know true work since I was a teenager, and people take themselves too serious. Everyone screws up and can learn. That's my opinion too. So I'm more confused after reading that. So I say I've only been cutting a year. But I watch all the YouTube videos, and I was just like continuing to make fun of myself. And I don't even remember what I ended up saying back. Like, I didn't think you would get so aggravated. The comment that made him mad. Let's just do that. What made him so mad? Or let's just, no, I'm going to break down his line by line. He knows I've been cutting trees 25 years. So I don't know why he asked that. He doesn't understand how editing works, or he doesn't know how to count, because depending on what video he watched, that wasn't the first limb. So let's just be specific. If we're going to do this whole thing, I did cut my ropes, and I purposely pointed it out and called myself out to use for an example of how I did it wrong. I didn't do something wrong and try to hide it or justify my mistake by trashing my own work. So my thing on that is, he told me he didn't, he's the best basically. He don't need to learn. So when I noticed that, dude, you're kind of breaking one of the major rules, and I don't know if he knows it. So I'm like, I said it the nicest way that I possibly could. I said, where did I put it? There's shag bark right here. I said, those pignut hickories have thin bark covering the cambium. If the health of the tree was a concern, learning to do proper pruning is a must. This was a very simple tree to do without spikes. If you don't have ascenders and can't rope walk, just put a ladder up to the first limb and free climb it. The big peel is healing great and has completely compartmentalized, which you showed in clearly at the last cut. That was the mean comment that justified him saying that I troll him and I always leave negative comments. His actual response was the tree is trashed with a peel like that at the top and a huge reduction cut. So I'm like, whoa, that's weird. In your video, you basically praised how it looked. You're like, I'm doing what I can do to help my customer that doesn't want to lose this tree. So you can't change the narrative depending on what works for you at that time. That's the problem that I've ran in with, I think, with him, is like he'll switch and manipulate or change the narrative or read into something where it's not there. And then after you get me aggravated, then I'm kind of aggravated and I don't really care. So his response was the tree is trash with a peel like that up at the top. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's he says it's a wind sail or it's a wind block in a tree line. The customer said no go to when I recommended removal. It's trashed. It's trashed itself. That's why I wore spikes. So he wore spikes on his very small, simple prune right there. And the reason he wore spikes is because of the tree. It's the tree's fault that he added a whole bunch of extra wounds, possibly got out of an old rotten tree and then went and stabbed a bunch of stuff into this tree. It's the tree's fault. It's not that he just didn't want to do it or he felt like it was unnecessary. It's the tree's fault because it has a big peel that's done very good healing itself, you could tell. It's the tree's fault. Once again, the narrative gets changed. It's not that I didn't think it was necessary because I feel like the tree's just going to die anyway. That's if you think my comments are super mean, I don't think you've ever gotten a mean comment because I'm just kind of poking because you said you're the coolest thing since sliced bread and don't need any help and I ain't. The part that really bugged me is he says I don't want to or I don't need to go watch your video. I didn't want him to watch my video. I didn't ask him to watch my video. I don't know if he thinks everyone that does YouTube videos tells everybody to like, comment, subscribe 52 times in each video, but that's not the case. That's not the case, not with me. So that aggravated me. So when he left his comment, it aggravated me even more. He asked me how long I've been climbing and then refers to after referring to how long I've been climbing. I didn't really understand that. Then he says actually climbing as if I need to lie about anything. I don't really know. I don't think I tried to disrespect him. I think he did something wrong. I pointed that silly thing out because he's not a guy that makes anything wrong. He knows it all. So maybe I was being a bit of a dick at the time. I wouldn't be that mean. Come on now. That wasn't that mean. So I leave a little bit of a poke because Mr. Know-It-All maybe doesn't know it all. So, but I wasn't like, dude, you killed that tree, you idiot, you're a hack, you're blah, 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 blah. No, I said, if the health was a major concern, which in the video, he basically says that the tree, he's doing what he can to keep the tree. So the health should be a concern. And there's just it was a very small, simple tree. I don't even think he needed a ladder. Probably could have jumped up and grabbed the first limb and climbed up it. But he slapped a buckstrap and spiked his way all the way up the top of it for no reason. And then even pointed out how he's got 3 points of contact. His hands, his lanyard, and his feet. You pointed it out to me. I didn't go in looking for it. You pointed it out, and then when the video was going to end, I thought, well, he didn't take it down. He's leaving this tree. So I didn't make you do that. You did that on your own. That's not like when somebody's like, you're an idiot. You could have done this. You could have done this. You could have done this. No, you don't know if any of that's actually true. After after I left that comment, I actually went and I looked and I watched a bunch of his stuff and I was like, whoa, he can rope walk. What the heck? Like, why? Okay, whatever. I mean, his thing, he can do whatever he wants. That comment was not that mean. People have too many feelings. It's not that serious. YouTube is not like real everything to me. So it's like, I like YouTube, but it's not like real life. I'm not trying to mess up anybody's thing, but if you are cocky and don't respect that somebody, I feel like I got disrespected, so I was looking for my chance to do it back, and I found it. I didn't do anything over that, but I did go because I felt bad, and I resubscribed, and I started liking videos that I hadn't liked before. I started to feel guilty. I'm like, you were kind of mean to this guy for no reason. You shouldn't have done that. But then I'm like, hang on. I didn't say anything to him. The only reason I asked, this was all over me asking if he's, what makes him feel like that tree's too dead to climb. The reason I asked this is because the edit he did directly before this video that I left a comment was that. That's what his video was. Is this tree too dead to climb? Would you climb this tree, YouTube? And he climbed this dead oak tree. Not any time have I said anything about anybody's skills. He seems like he's got it going. Seems like he's got it figured out. Seems like a pretty good climber. I don't know why he took it so personal. I've never doubted or pointed anything out about his skills. I feel like at that tree, at that moment, at that time, on that day, he didn't feel like doing the extra work it took to get up there and do it right. So I pointed it out. Bummer. I didn't troll you. I may razz a little bit. Like, I don't mean any harm to anybody. I just like to laugh every once in a while. I do stupid stuff too. I purposely point it out because that stuff's funny. You can't take all this too serious because if you do, this becomes like annoying. Like all of it becomes annoying. So I don't know. That's maybe my opinion. Um, so what did I do? That's I don't know why he would ask me if I actually climb. Um, that's why my response was okay. Was okay. Yeah. So I responded afterwards. I wasn't mean, but then I went back in his comment section on his video and apologized and was like, I won't leave any more negative comments. I'll only leave positive comments, and if I don't have something positive to say, I won't leave a comment. He says, you're good, bro. Do you? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I went back to the original one that made me mad, and I left a comment letting him know, hey, I didn't mean anything, because I don't get notified if like someone responds. I only get the original notification, and then I have to search it out afterwards. I didn't know he had been maybe harboring bad feelings ever since I left a comment that he took totally wrong, and started defending himself by telling me how long he's been climbing, and how much he knows, and how he don't need to watch it or learn anything from anybody, especially my videos. And I was like, whoa, dude. I was asking you a question, and I was referring it to a video that I just did, and telling you this. That's why I'm asking, because at the end of my video is, how can you tell if a tree is safe enough to climb? Basically, the conclusion was it's going to vary from person to person, tree to tree, climber to climber. Everyone's going to have their different signs and things, and like warning signs that they see, and I think it's like infinite. I was curious what his was because he had just asked that question in the video 2 days before it. And then, like, 2 days later, he's doing a tree that is healthier than the one he climbed 2 days before. And I'm like, so why did you climb this one and didn't climb? And instead of telling the truth, which is the tree arced over so much, he didn't feel comfortable climbing it. I think he blamed it on something. I don't remember what it was. Like, oh, the tree, yeah, it was cardboard, and as it hit, it disintegrated, and it only had a few dry leaves, and there was emojis and slaps, but I'm not even going to go any further because I just get meaner and meaner as I go, and I'm not doing it. I'll tell you what, I don't have no problem. I don't think I said anything too mean, and I welcome him if he thinks I was wrong or I was trying to say something messed up. I would do just a live feed with me and him, and you guys could watch it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I thought I thought maybe I found one of them good old country boys that does similar stuff, and I was like, this will be cool. Let's see if I can bring some attention his way. Then he liked, comment, and subscribed to me to death to where I couldn't handle it no more. And I think if you put this stuff and you're up on YouTube, you just got to be ready for the criticism. Um, and I hope that he can handle it because like he took a lot of offense to what I said, and I don't think what I said was that mean. I just more than anything, I was pointing out like, hey, maybe you're not perfect. Maybe you should still learn every once in a while. But I don't understand the carabiner thing. He's one of them guys that I think probably idolizes August and will watch him do something I do, but call me out for it. Like, I think he called me out either for using a beaner at the end of a rope or using a carabiner as a redirect on a strap, which I don't know if he understands how the angles work and the bend ratio and radius works when you do that. But you know what? He has to know. He knows everything already. So that's why I just have to accept it. It is what it is. I I don't really know what happened. You guys still here? Yeah, Chris, I thought that maybe I haven't seen any comments from since since Chris put in seen this. I'm more confused after reading that. So is my comment section killed off on me? I don't know what's going on. Let's see. That's cool. Let's start a poll. What is that? Oh no. Uh, I feel like the comments like killed off, shut off, doesn't work. But yeah, um, I have so much more of it. I wanted to keep going and just be, but I just feel like I don't want to be mean. I just needed to make it clear that I wasn't being that mean. Maybe I was being a little mean. I even told him that. Like, I wasn't trying to troll all your content. I maybe was trying to be a little trolly at times, but I'm not trying to troll all your content. I don't have time for that anyway. Um, but at the same time, I do like to laugh and poke fun and just be ignorant. I'm sure him and his guys on his crew razz each other And that's basically what I was doing. But he took offense to it. I don't know if maybe he feels like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't okay for me to razz him, but it would. I don't know. I don't think I would have took that much offense to it. What I would have said is I probably wouldn't have commented back. I would have been like, "Damn, yeah, he's right. I shouldn't have wore spikes there." But instead, it was you always troll my stuff and leave negative comments, and I'm like, "Whoa, okay, my bad, dude." Um, didn't mean to offend so much, but it is what it is. Guilty of treason put out a removing a huge co-dominant fir in a cottonwood tree, and I'd already seen the video from Veterans Tree Service, so it was another one where I was like, it's okay. It sucks because I feel like they kind of crushed me. He could like one messes the other one up. They're very similar. You start to see like you already seen it, and it's like, dang it. I almost wish I didn't see veterans. And from now on, if they work together, I'm gonna like wait and watch them at the same time, like one right after the other. But yeah, real good video. I don't know if I'm sold on that Jake break. I don't know if I like that thing. It seems dangerous, especially I see a lot of guys that do rigging and they don't keep the rigging tight to the tree. It's very spaced out with that negative space in it. And I feel like here, if we did our demo thing here, like this, I feel like if you were rigging and you were set up off of it some, like I see a lot of rigging done like this nowadays. It's a lot more common than I even realize. But they set up their rigging and they have a lot of negative space here, right in here, a big gap. So if you're rigging a piece down and it comes swinging down, it comes over and it grabs that line, I'm worried as it swings by, it comes back. If with the Jake brake, I feel like it could pull it off the wraps and burn your completely. That would be my concern with it. That's why anytime I can, I avoid ever having this negative space in here. I don't know if that shows on the camera. Yeah, it does. It shows pretty good. But I mean, sometimes I see guys rig completely opposite, and sometimes it's just quick and easier to do it that way. But if you're looking to get strength, I would never do it like this. Or you're concerned with the tree failing, I would never do it like this. But if you're confident with the strength of the stem that you're using and the forces you're about to put on it at the angles you're about to put it, who cares? But I see some people they'll rig like and use the tree over here and rig off of it like that. And now your pull forces are in between, which is pulling this limb straight down now. Where if we took the rope where it was pulling down when we were rigging, and we put it up through here, through there, we eliminated that negative space there that was there last time. We go there, and then if we had another one, and we could do like this, we could make it so we barely put any impact on that stem there at all, and we could rig the same piece, and it would make so much more difference. So you could run, let's run it like this, that, then like that. So now, as it comes down, and this piece comes off there, it's going to pull them two stems together. Now where it was pulling down on it this way, when that drops into it, these two stems are going together and you're compressing everything. So rigging placement is just so important that I feel like it gets overlooked sometimes. And maybe that's why I felt like, man, why is he telling me to have fun with my rigging off my carabiner? That Jake brake, it has a total different kind of design to it. Yeah, go subscribe to Dano's channel too. That's the channel I would recommend everybody to go subscribe. You want good tree climbing content? That's where it's at. Dano's Tree Works. But August put out a couple videos when smooth job meets bad company. I love that he discussed his mistake and shows to be real about the work and not fake. Like mistakes happen sometimes. It was pretty funny. He like calls himself out and he's like, I the only time I ask the customer to look, I'm like, hey Rod, look at this, and then all of a sudden he hits the gutter. So that stuff happens, man. It's just cool that the guy was nice and he's like, yeah, you don't have to eat crow or nothing. Just fix it. That's pretty sweet. Sometimes you just pray the people are nice. I had one time where, yeah, I think the comment section is like shut off. I don't know how. Um, yeah, I don't know how to fix that. That's so strange. What if I do this? What if I We're reconnecting. So I wonder if the comment section comes back on now. I don't know if that fixes it. It probably doesn't. But yeah, ground pounder. Or yeah, August put out his videos. That was some. It was a good video. I like the music and everything to it. It was really good. When a smooth job meets bad company. He also put out this chainsaw won't turn you into a Democrat. Um, I hate when politics gets thrown into tree care and stuff, but it's gonna be in everything in life, so you kind of just got to deal with it. Ground pounder. Um, oh yeah, ground pounder was using that awesome splitter, the Timberwolf Alpha 6. That thing looks sweet, dude. And he did some live feeds. Peter Shea. Uh, hopefully, I haven't talked to Peter. Hopefully, Peter's doing good. He's dealing with the hurricane, I do believe. I hope he's all right. Hoping his family are safe and sound. Dano, wanted to say here in front of everybody, congrats. And, dude, so proud of you. The sobriety. You just keep grinding, brother. You're doing everything you can. And you're doing everything right, so just stay at it. Everything will get easier. But then he put out a video called "Self Rigging a Large Dead Limb Off the Internet Line." So Dano does some really good technical rigging videos. So definitely go check out Dano's Tree Works. Then Chris Lickett, the tree fella, put out a few videos. Hey, if you're leaving a comment, I don't know why it's not showing me comments. It literally showed where it says, I seen something, Chris's last comment, and then I have no comments. And there's none popping up, so don't know what happened, what's going on, but yeah. Let's see. Where was it? Oh yeah, Chris. So Chris put out some videos. Part 1 and 2 of a very tall poplar tree, bee stings, and broken redirect. Ground gal number 2 got stung, which is a bummer. Um, were they? You said ground? They're ground hornets. Here we have yellow jackets that are in the ground, and that's our worst thing. Like you stumble across a yellow jacket nest, and it's miserable, and you don't even realize it until they're up your shorts or your pants and all inside, and yeah, it's bad. But hope she didn't get hit too many times. Is okay. What? Oh yeah, dude, you're you're hard worker. I just got to give it to you. Just from I didn't even know the other stuff about the HVAC stuff, bro. But just you doing trees, like you are a hard worker. You there are so many other ways you could like make things so much, but you're just the guy that's looking to get it done efficiently and nothing fancy. Not looking like some maybe sometimes, but I was just watching those, and you just use the basics to get it done. And sometimes that I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's so hard on the body. But if you can do it, man. Like you be a tougher man because of it. So you are you're awesome to watch. Like I really like watching it. Like I relate to it because I did all those like the simple way with just buck straps and limited, no extra tools, just some ropes, some chainsaws, some spikes, and a saddle. But you seem like you got a few tricks that you really like, and it's just I relate to it. It reminds me of my come up. So and I absolutely love your truck. Anytime I can see that truck, oh man, that truck is amazing. Um, that was wild when your redirect pulled up out of the ground. He had like maybe on a fence post, and as a redirect, and as he went to pull the tree over, the fence post ripped up out of the ground, and he just kept going straight. When the rope finally tightened, he was actually pulling off at an angle, but the tree went the way the notch was supposed to go, so um, worked out awesome. The pull power, even though that got ripped out and it introduced a bunch of slack, he just I, I don't know if it was the truck you were using. The truck is a beast. I have a ton of stuff on metal and wood. Oh yeah, okay. So the reason he wants to tell you to use like weird stuff in your chainsaws is because he wants you to blow up your chainsaw and then be in need of one and have to buy one from him. Allegedly, I'm just joking, but it comes off that way. Like all of his mixtures of oil and silly stuff about the oil. I don't really understand all that. But he can do whatever he pleases. Don't change because I find you to be very funny. Still yet to see a real tree guy put his face on the camera, which is weird. His saws and say like his saws are good. Uh, Everyone always hides their faces, including in Jawa. His new 200s sound like a 194 with the chain torqued all the way down and too tight. Um, he said to put mothballs in your gas. Uh, he's trying to reinvent the wheel basically and try to tell you all you need to change everything that's been done for so many years because he's in the industry now and he's in the way and he's going to tell you the right way. It's very arrogant and self-centered to think that people have been doing tree work for this long and it's been going on for this long and has advanced to these points and chainsaws have advanced and you're the guy that came in and broke the code. Just think of it that way. Um, but yeah, that's I don't know. That's not a 200T. He needs to stop saying that. At best, it's a like a I don't know 009. Let's see. uh, He proudly took a face shot of oil, which is really weird. Like, then he made a YouTube short about it where he got blasted in the face and it like sprayed in his face. He can't start a real steel, and I have yet to see that steel chainsaw start. And then his MS 200T from Farmer Tech. I just have question mark, question mark, question mark. I just wonder if he's going to get into selling those, or if that's just like he said. Maybe it's personal. I don't know. I think if people start asking him for them, he'll sell whatever. So, Tree Mugs put out a video redressing and running a bowline, rigging basics. Redressing and knot is a real good little technique to have, and can maybe make the difference in something being super safe or just kind of safe. So check his video out. That's Tree Mugs. Lawrence Schultz 3000 put out a video. What am I doing and why? Episode 5. He was showing proper pruning and tricks to redirect to do it. He actually redirected himself and the rigging repeatedly to do the fishing pole technique and had to rig small. Just that weird situation where you can't drop it and smash what's underneath, and you gotta. It's not strong enough to rig big, so you have to rig little pieces. But knowing that redirect game can be the difference in you being able to do something and not. So I would not recommend approaching this like some climbers and thinking I know enough, don't need no more. Um, I say keep learning. It could never hurt you. So, tree climber Harry put out rigging a whole tree. It was a gnarly video where he made that pressure cut, and it was chaos. That chaos cut is it was his best option. It worked out really good, and go check that video out because it was gnarly when he made that cut. Brandon, Rusty Street Care. Brandon's probably maybe still here. Hopefully he is. I'm sorry I can't communicate with you guys. I don't understand why the comment section's not working, but it's just totally off. Um, he put a video. It's called "Just Some Small Trees." He had a blowout and had to leave his skid steer on the side of the road. Um, that always sucks. It's just horrible to start out like that. It was like last week or a week before. I was driving from my place to go to the dump up the road. Had a big old load of brush, and there's a local cop parked there, and I'm like, God dang it, the load's not looking the best. It looks kind of gnarly, and so we go by him, and he doesn't do anything. But as we go by him, my spare tire and the mount and everything to it breaks off my trailer and goes rolling down the road as we go by him, and I gotta go like walk in front of him and get it and make an ass out of myself. It sucked. But yeah, sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles. I think Game of Trees did solo felling with the GRCS assistance. Um, I don't know how. I have mixed feelings about the GRCS. I feel like it's a great tool for lifting, but I think it on the regular puts a guy in the danger zone and makes him have to stay there, which I don't like. So I don't like that you can't really like lift and then let it run instantly. You have to back it off. It takes a little bit to let it to even lower. You can lift some stuff and that all is cool, but you're forced to stay locked into that. If something was to start to fail, you don't have the option of releasing the rope and letting it go down and just like smashing what's underneath. You're gonna rip the climber out or the rigging point out, and you just have to. It's still locked up. If it started to break, a rigging guy, if the limb was too much and it started to break, he could just let out on it and let it smash the fence. If it took to a GRCS or a winch or skid steer and stuff, that's those points where if it was to fail, you just have to. You can't undo anything. It just fails. So I have mixed feelings about that, but I totally get where. I mean, if I had one, I would use it. You know, a winch for lifting. So, um, I think that's all I got, guys. I would probably go on for a little while longer, but we don't have anybody in the comment section. I mean, there's people here, but the comment section is not working. So, um, yeah, that was episode 27 or 28 of Tree Talk. Um, hopefully, the next one I'll try to make it just more positive. And I'll try to eliminate some of the negative stuff, but I still have to laugh and poke a little fun and do a little resin. That's what brings me joy when I do these. So if I say anything that maybe doesn't align with things that you believe, don't take none of it personal. A lot of times, I'll just say it to see what the response is. Like, sometimes I'm being sarcastic. I have a weird sense of humor. So, don't, don't crucify me until you know if I was kidding or not. But, yeah, it sucks the comment section left and it won't let me comment. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you as always. I don't know what happened to our comment section, but I'm sorry about that. And hopefully I catch you guys on the next one. Have a good rest of your weekend. Hope everybody in the hurricane, dealing with the hurricane, is safe. Um, yeah, we'll be in the prayers. Catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.